Okay, so let's try this, guys. Let's go ahead and let's grab a log file. Now this line right here, you've got to know it, live it, love it. This line right here. The reason I say that is because people commonly download files with PowerShell. You're gonna see this everywhere. Offensive stuff, defensive stuff. You're gonna see a lot of malware uses this. New object, system.net.webClient download file. This is the goodie. We're gonna pull down some log files that are actually Cisco router log files. So what I'm gonna do is obviously cd to the directory. So let me download this log file. Actually, I'm gonna download both log files. So this is me downloading 2 log files. So the first log file was this u_ex1104 log file, and then the second one was this Cisco log file. So if I do an ls in there, I can see both log files are in there. So there's the Cisco log file examples.txt and the uex1104.log file. This is obviously a Cisco log file. This is obviously a Windows log file. They don't really have Grep, but you can say Selec-String, and that's what I'm going to use right here. So I just say Selec-String, and now with that Selec-String, I can get all the lines that have that particular IP address. It's a nice quick way to do it. You can turn around and you can clean it up a little bit better by piping it to select line. So this stops all the word wrapping lines and all that. So it's a much cleaner look, right? So I like this personally a lot better. And now if I want to count them, I can just say same thing, but now measure object. I'll do this when I'm doing a lot of incident response. Just how many times did that particular ACL fire on a firewall? So maybe you've got a permit or a deny rule on an access control list, and you want to know how many times, permit rule hit. This case, I'm doing a Selec-String, but I can pass it a regular expression. You've got this regular expression and you're saying, okay, this is a word boundary. You're looking for a digit that's 1 to 3 letters long, followed by a period, and then 3 numbers of digits in it. And then the same thing again, another digit, and then end of the word boundary. So it's a quick way to find the first 2 octets of an IP address. That's really all it is. It's not a really good regex, but for this case, it's actually pretty good. So you'll rip through the Cisco log file, look for the expand property, and we only want to hit those, hit the ones with that expand property value, and then sort them and unique them and then count them. It's a much nicer way. If you just want to see the individual unique IPs, you can remove the measure object. You can get them that way. Now I've got just the unique IPs in that log file. Really nice way to say, okay, well, who's talking? You'll see some people do like top talker reports and whatnot. Okay. Now, if we want to know which ones are doing what communication, we can sort with a count in descending order. So we can do pretty much the same thing. Right, and we can do it like that. So you can see that it looks like this guy is the one that did the bulk of the talking, 64 counts. Now, we can get content in a log file. See how I'm looking for anything with a .log? And now I'm looking for anything that's got WebDAV. So I'm going to download another log file. Actually, it's the same log file. And I'm just looking for any case where there's WebDAV. Now, the reason that WebDAV is so important is possible that people can misconfigure it so that you can allow unchecked file uploads. So this is one of the things when you're looking through web server logs, you should be looking for, right? You should be looking for put methods. So put and WebDAV are the two things that I look for when I'm analyzing web server logs, because I want to know were there cases where someone was able to upload files to the web server. WebDAV is commonly used by these authoring programs to upload content to a web server. Pretty bad, but definitely what you like to search for, right? You want to make sure that people don't have WebDAV enabled and using it in a bad security context. So you're searching for WebDAV. You're searching for people who are exploring options within WebDAV, but you can search for other things. You can search for OWA, Outlook Web Access. You could search for people using misconfigured versions of ActiveSync. So there's so many different things you can search for. But again, this is why I keep trying to say I really like PowerShell, because you'd be surprised just how down and dirty it is for searching for stuff. You can really get in there and you can do some pretty cool stuff.